Yes, we've been pretty active in the retail sector, as you may know, as you have a significant share of our portfolio in retail. So we're pretty active on the whole spectrum of the retail portfolio, starting from high street shops to a medium-sized unit, factory outlet, shopping centers, so you name it, pretty wide spectrum, which enables me to have a pretty large view on the market. I would say that things are slightly changing in my view. So there are a few questions raised by the investors on are we somewhere moving from one world to another. Of course, e-commerce is an issue which questions lots of people from us. What I see as investment manager is that we see a pretty active volume of investments on classical city center, high street retail, with a very decent spectrum of ERV growth. So we still see rental growth in our market. Tenants' demand for prime high street in our cities is pretty healthy. Retail parks perform quite well, so we see a decent volume of transactions. On shopping centers, we haven't seen so many big shopping centers being sold, so we don't have a current benchmark. So we see medium-sized shopping centers. We don't see big names, big jumbos, such as Parly 2, such as an example of the likes of Blue Water. So we see medium-sized units, and in this situation, investors are wondering whether the risk has slightly shifted. So there's some kind of repricing on a few assets. So it looks like we are not going to move. So not going to be much pressure downwards on yields for medium-sized shopping centers.